And now, on with the show.
Imperial Pearl, along with the Cultured Pearl Association of America, presents Pearl Talks. Fran Mastoloni, president of the CPAA at the 2011 Tucson Gym Show.
We're joined today by Fran Mastoloni, owner of Mastoloni & Sons Pearl Company and president of the Cultured Pearl Association. How are you doing today, Fran?
Doing pretty well, thank you, Josh.
So, Fran, your family has a rich history in the pearl industry. It dates back generations. Can you tell us a little bit about your family history?
Well, my family started a little over 65, 70 years ago, and it started out as a cameo importing company from Italy. A lot of the Italians that were immigrating into the U.S. at that time were from southern Italy, Torre del Greco area, and had connections with the cameo business, as my grandfather did and his brothers. From there, we developed into pearls, as did a number of Italian companies in the 30s and 40s. The cameos have slowed down but are now making a comeback, but we've stayed in pearls ever since.
Really? Wow. So you didn't even start out in pearls?
No. Around the time of World War II, there were a group of Italians that were sent over and ended up in Kobe, Japan. At that time, cultured Koya pearls were in their infancy. We had a friend of my grandfather's brother or something who found these cultured pearls and said, well, hey, maybe we could sell those as well. So he started sending them into New York, along with companies run by the D'Elia family, also the Diagonali family. It was a group of Italians that were springing in pearls, and we just kept going from there.
So of the history of pearls in the United States, how were you involved in that?
Well, as my grandfather broke off with his brothers because he had sons that he wanted in the business, my father started traveling to Japan in 1952. From there, we developed a lot of our relationships that we're still using today. We work with a lot of the same companies. I moved to Japan in 1984 to study exporting. And we developed in those days into South Sea, Tahitian, freshwater. We still keep a strong tradition in Akoya, and that's where we are.
So Fran, obviously pearls have treated your family well, and you've treated other people well in selling them beautiful pearls. Can you tell us a little bit into your passion of pearls?
Well, you know what? I'm the third generation into a family that has been dealing with pearls. I love them. I love the way they look. I love the way they're different than any other gemstone. When you put a pearl, when you see a woman wearing a pearl, it says things. It says confidence. It says success. It gives them a look that you can't get in any other stone. I'm passionate about pearls, I think because I understand them. I spent so much time sorting them and rolling them, and that you just get a feeling about them, and they're a part of your life.
Where do you see the industry going?
Oh, God, I wish I knew. You know, pearls have been around for thousands of years. They're going to continue to be around for thousands of years because of the adornment issue. They look good. How do I see this world changing? It's getting smaller. We're able to get to areas that we never used to be able to get to. My father's first trip took 3 days to get from New York to Japan. Now we can go there and back in 3 days. The world is changing. Pearls are changing. They're evolving. Different looks are coming in, different abilities to cultivate. I also see that because of the amount of different varieties, customers are getting bigger choices. We're having to carry and learn more about the different varieties, whether it's different types of freshwater, different types of South Sea. I think the opportunities are still out there for pearls to grow.
What are you guys strong in right now? I mean, from what I understand, you guys have some of the most beautiful pearls in the business. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're carrying today?
Well, we sort of have always tried to stay in the better qualities. There's so many aspects of this business. Some companies want to stay more in the multi-store, and it's a different quality type of thing. Mass market, individual market. Ours has always been more toward a unique, better quality style.
For a very discerning customer, I'm sure, right?
A discerning customer, consistency. What we like to do is let our customers be comfortable with what they're getting and try to deliver the same thing in an ongoing process.
Just consistency. So you must have some real loyalty then, huh?
We have customers going back for over 50 years.
That have worked with maybe your father. And
Oh, yes.
So
Oh, yes.
generations of your family have generations of customers. It's just been a great relationship ever since the beginning, or?
It's a lot of it's the relationship. A lot of it is understanding what we're bringing in and what we're delivering to our customers. They want, one of our things is that we want them to understand what makes one pearl different from another, so that as they try to educate their customer, we try to educate them and get them the answers they need so that they can be the experts that their customer are looking for.
So in my brief experience in this industry, I feel that the best way to sell pearls is through education. So how do you feel about educating people? This is important, don't you think?
You know, it's been an ongoing battle almost to get the pearl world to have the same education knowledge that the diamond world has. If you look at places like GIA, they spend so much time educating people on diamonds, how they're grown, what gives them the quality. Colored stones, same thing. But an area that's been really neglected has been the pearl. So what we try to do in the Cultured Pearl Association is to bring education out to people. Let the customers, let the retailers understand what they're selling. Why is one pearl different from another? What are the different species, you know, between freshwater, Tahitian, South Sea, Akoya, Conch? There's so many varieties, and it's really important to us to have the customer know what they're selling.
So when that lady's walking down the street with that necklace, there's a story behind it. There's people that go behind it. There's hours and years of experience that it takes to make that necklace.
It's more than years, it's generations. What people don't realize is to grow a good pearl takes between 3 and 5 years. And I hope later on in this series you'll show how the labor, the work, the sweat that goes into being down on these farms and treating our oysters almost as if they were pets, so that they live a healthy life and therefore produce a healthy pearl. But I'll tell you that so much of it is based on luck and nature. Man can start the process, but nature has to finish it. You've got factors such as water temperatures, wind temperatures, outside temperatures, whether there's enough flow in the water of getting plankton through the oysters. You can't control any of that. So a lot of it's luck.
So I assume that you've been to some of these remote places around the world. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your experiences at these farms where we're going to go? Some of the people. What were some of your favorite places that you've been?
Wow, that's a very, very hard question and a good question. It's interesting, but it's so, I don't know what I can tell you about being a favorite of mine, but each one of them has a story, and each pearl grower, each farmer treats their oysters and treats their thing as a family. It's really a labor of love, because it's not glamorous at all.
No. Well, Fran, thank you so much for all the support you've given us for this documentary. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Josh. Good luck with your trips, and good luck learning about pearls.
Thank you.